Welcome back, everybody. So today we're going to have the next tasting of beer number 4 in my 2-hop series featuring Cascade and Centennial. So this one is using the Cherry Wood smoked malt. Small gallon batch, 1.25 gallons going into the carboy. 2 pounds, 4 ounces of 2-row, 4 ounces of the Cherry Wood smoked malt. Now, I don't think I've talked about it a lot. Usually with adjuncts, you don't want to use too much. 5% of the grain bill, 10%. We will do some that we actually do like 5%, 10%, 15%, 20%, just to see, what it does. If I remember correctly, out of a lot of these, I do not get the cherry or a fruit. Maybe a touch of wood, smoked wood or something. I don't remember, but we'll find out. So for the hops, 1 hour boil, 0.25 ounces of Cascade at 60, 0.25 ounces of Centennial at 10, 0.25 ounces of Cascade at 5. Then for the dry hop, 0.25 ounces of each 3 days into 3 days into fermentation. This was bottled on 8/29/2019, so almost a year old. We're in July of 2020 right now. 7.12% ABV. And if you're new to the channel, what I wanted to do was make a whole bunch of these and just try them every month, every other month, just to see what happens to them. There's not a lot to them, so are the hops going to take over, or the malts going to take over? Like in an IPA, double IPA, you really start seeing those malts start taking over and the bitterness or the hops start going down. So we're just riding it out until they're done. Good hiss, good smoke. I do have some carbonation coming up. This would have been one of the first set of home brews I made. So this is using the large carbonation drops. Let's go ahead and get it into a glass. See what we think about it. Lots of bubbles. Do have floaties and stuff in there, but I do bottle directly out of the fermenter, so I could have a little bit more. See if I can get these bubbles off here. Whitehead, larger bubbles that I'm used to seeing in these beers, medium and big. I do have some small, but a lot more medium and bigger bubbles than anything. Half a finger of head. There. We do have some chill haze, yellow, golden yellow in color. I can pretty much see through it. The chill haze, yeah, I can see the bell sticker, but I can't tell what's on it from the glass. I know there's bells. But yeah, I think some chill haze, if it wasn't chill haze, I think it would be clear. Lots and lots of bubbles coming up. Let's go ahead and smell. A little floral citrus that I'm picking up. I am picking up a little bit of malt, but for something that's almost a year old, 11 months old, I think it smells fine. I'm surprised the Centennial and Cascade are staying around so long. It does have kind of that floral citrus mixed with, I wouldn't say sweet, but it does have a smell of like honey malt. And that would be just those malts kicking in. I get it in a lot of these older beers, but it doesn't taste. It doesn't smell like honey water. It's just like a honey malt. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't smell bad. Let's go ahead and taste. You get some citrus up front, maybe a little floral, honey malt, that sweetness, that almost syrup malt is what I taste at the beginning or at the middle of the palate to the end. There is some bitterness. Aftertaste is more of a floral honey malt, almost if you had floral honey, some type of floral honey. That's kind of what I'm getting. Carbonation is probably a little high. There is some bitterness at the back end. It goes away pretty quick. The aftertaste, you do get a little, but that like floral honey malt is what stays around the longest. Not bad, nice and smooth. I'm not a floral person, so this is one that I wouldn't make again to age. But yeah, it's interesting how that I'm guessing that floral is coming from the Cascade and how that has stayed around so long. And we'll keep going until I run out. Uh, Usually the Centennial hop is what I get citrus from. Grapefruit rind in the aftertaste, you're definitely not getting that. We are using more Cascade than Centennial, so maybe that's why that floral's staying around a little bit longer. What are we doing? 0.75 ounces of Cascade versus zero point 0.5 ounces of Centennial. But we'll have to see on the reversed ones if I made one to see if I get that citrus or that grapefruit rind bitterness from the Centennial and see if that overpowers. It could be that the Centennial will overpower or the Cascade will overpower the Centennial, so you might not get that flip. But yeah, it does definitely taste like an older beer. From tasting them, like I was saying earlier, that honey water is one thing that I've been picking up in these older beers, and I've seen it years and years ago where these malts start turning into honey water, where the malt starts taking over. So, and the hops are gonna fade. That's why on IPAs and New England IPAs, drink within 3 months, drink within 6 months, because those hops start going down. But yeah, not a bad beer, just not one that I would make. If you enjoyed this video, check some more out over here. And until next time, happy brewing.